choruses. Then it has two different verses and choruses, but they're both bound by that. They're two variations on that. It's basically they put 3 songs into one, and then when they go into the guitar solo, then it reintroduces the motif of that earlier in the song. It's that kind of composition.
Really, 3 songs in one. Okay. Give me another example. Give me another example.
Okay, but a song that took that is look at to another level would be like Master of Puppets.
Okay.
Because Master of Puppets, think about how many riffs are going on in that song.
And the middle of the song.
Yeah, the middle of the song it's almost like a totally different song when it gets acoustic.
And then it jumps back into, it's a long song.
Right, yeah, it's a long
Sanitarium's the same way, isn't it? It's like keeps going on.
Well, it's Sanitarium, that's more, it's like it's ballad verse,
ballad verse,
metal chorus, and then big crescendo at the end. Wasn't the only song like Priest kind of did that, Beyond the Realms of Death. Like there was no other one to do that, but that sort of idea, it's stuff that was taking metal sort of away from the blues rock and that idea. Or even like Led Zeppelin would have some long and complicated songs, but you put on Kashmir and it's like it's supposed to be repetitive. It's all kind of based around that one riff. It's supposed to be hypnotic. And then Diamond Head sound a lot like Led Zeppelin, but I
don't see that at all. I do not see that.
They had that feel. If you put on.
What is that song I'm thinking of that was so awful? I just heard it. Is it what?
Something My Love.
Is one of their biggest songs now? If you said it, I'll know it.
By Led Zeppelin or Diamond?
No, Diamond Head. It's terrible.
Diamond Head don't have any big songs.
No, it was another one. There's the other one they always. If you're gonna
Helpless.
think of, help us. Oh my God, that's horrible.
Yeah, but the Metallica cover of it's much better.
Oh my God, help us. It's almost it's painful. That's painful. It's like pulling teeth.
You can't go wrong with Metallica's version. Whenever Metallica covers a song.
Helpless. What were they thinking? Did they hear themselves?
I mean. Well, look what Metallica did with Diamond Head songs.
Well, how good it was. Because they kind of Metallica, Diamond Head, took all Diamond Head.
No, I always liked the Diamond Head version. Again, you hear the Diamond Head. The Diamond Head version of that song. It has that ending that goes on longer and longer. It's like, gotta be true. You know that you're mine. That's another song with.
Listen to it that long to even get to the end.
Well, I'm telling you, that's another song that Metallica owe their career to. That's another song.
That's right. They did do that song, didn't they?
Yeah, Metallica covered it. Metallica covered that song, and they didn't change a note. They didn't change. They shortened the end.
Elvis is the singer. It's a boy vocal. They just can't stand this.
Well, yeah, they had
Garage Days.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah. Well, the Diamond Head had their singer's very classic rock, androgynous sounding. Yeah, like I said, he's more rooted in.
That's a good word.
Yeah, he's more rooted in Robert Plant. He's more rooted in like the 60s and 70s kind of singer. Diamond Head were in no way extreme metal. They had some traces of that. Like again, the main riff, "Am I Evil?" That 0356 riff. It's all about that. It's all based on those 2 notes. They're a half step. If you go into it, it's like if you go looking at it on a piano, you're going from a black key to a white key.
Yeah.
Or a white key to a black key instead of white to white and black to black. And that's where, again, Metallica got a lot out of that. Like a song like Fight Fire with Fire, for instance.
The classical sound. It's because of the different, minor and major.
Yeah, but going from relying on half steps, like another song that does that is, for instance, Electric Funeral by Black Sabbath. It more comes from Black Sabbath, the idea. But Diamond Head, again, they had some of that in there. But
that was like the underground. To them back then, that was like underground to Metallica.
Yeah. And then it's like, yes, but Diamond Head were much more rooted in this sort of Led Zeppelin sound. Like they were much more of just a very heavy classic rock band, and that's really they're part of the new wave of British heavy metal.
They were that was before heavy metal. That was like the hard rock that led into heavy metal.
Well, that was
like Angel Witch, Diamond Head.
Metal. But do you think Led Zeppelin metal? Led Zeppelin metal?
Well, maybe not really, but
you almost can't. You
just rock.
Metal, but it's not.
Yeah, I mean, just like sort of hard rock, but new wave of British heavy metal was like late 70s. And that's when metal first started to branch off from classic rock.
Who was the first metal band?
Blue Cheer, 1967. They were heavier than Led Zeppelin.
Blue Cheer.
Vincipus Eruptum. I'm Sorry, Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath is a much better band, but Blue Cheer are technically metal.
Blue Cheer is like a laundry detergent.
Blue Cheer.
It's a form of LSD. That's where they got the name from.
It's kind of like it's like a hard surf music is what they.
That was the first metal band. It was a Blue Cheer.
Blue Cheer. They put on their cover. Put on their cover of Summertime Blues right now. I had.
Look for it while you're talking. I'm gonna look for it.
Okay, I had their first whole album. It was on my computer. I had it for a few years, and my hard drive crashed. But anyway, yeah, Vincebus Eruptum. They're a lot more intense than Led Zeppelin. For instance, I could totally see calling them, if you want to get by category, I could totally see not calling Led Zeppelin metal because they're not really about intensity. They're about creating a big vibe. And sometimes it's metal, but a lot of times it isn't. They're more.
No. Just rock. No, I mean.
At their time, they were very heavy. Come on now.
Yeah, they're heavy for the time, but even at the time, like they were all about creating like this big sort of party vibe, like this big full sound. If you put on Blue Cheer, Vincebus Eruptum, which even like I think might have come out before Led Zeppelin had a record. Blue Cheer is just all about destroying you. You know, they're basically their sound. A lot of it comes from sort of it's like Jimi Hendrix at his heaviest, without any of the guitar wizardry. Like those guys were not.
Blue Cheer, okay, Blue Cheer.
Blue Cheer, their cover of Summertime Blues. If you put that song on right now, I will mosh to it.
You will? Okay.
Right, it was so. I'll mosh with no one, obviously, but I'll mosh. It's so brutal. It even sounds like pretty abrasive today.
Okay, now for copyright purposes, I don't think I can play the video. I can't upload it. But we're gonna play this. We're gonna play the freaking sound. Here we go. You ready? I want everybody to listen to this. This is the first metal group you play. This is what you call the first metal show.
We're schooling you.
Schooling you.
Okay, now I gotta just tell you the sound's not gonna be the best because it's this computer, but okay. Summertime Blues, Blue Cheer. Here we go. Looking for which one had the most views so we can make sure we have the best recording. Okay, this one looks at 742,000 views. And this is on YouTube. Of course, their views are just still pictures. I'm sure.
Blue Cheer was playing out live. It was down to one member. And he was playing out live with it until recently. Even came to the Khyber a couple times, and he passed away a few years ago.
Okay, I can't even get sound out of this now.
Hello, cure.
All right, I'm gonna pull the video. I'll use the other sound system. Hold on.
The trash can's about to get destroyed.
No, Kevin, what are you doing out of your chair?
Kevin's gonna mosh this place to the ground.
You want to go with?
I'm going with one from this computer over here because that one the jack doesn't work for my sound.
Yes.
So we're gonna pull up. Here we go. YouTube. Okay, you know which one am I picking?
Blue Cheer, Summertime Blues. You might have to go with this video because
I went with the ones with the most views because I just it was just made more sense that way.
Yeah, I can't find the studio version of it anywhere.
Blue Cheer, we go. Blue Cheer. I've never heard of this band in my life. This is so freaking cool.
I mean, yeah, I'd heard about when I got into music. I also got into journalism. There were two big loves for me. So I remember when I was when I was 12 years old, I bought a book that was a biography on Metallica. I thought was totally radical. And in the beginning, the guy talks about this whole history of metal.
1958.
That's the original. This is Blue Cheer's cover. This is 67.
Oh, you want 67?
68. Sorry, it's 68.
You want 68 version? Is that the one you want?
Well,
this is Blue Cheer's version is 68. That's their only version.
Okay.
Eddie Cochran's original was 58.
Oh, okay. Oh, it said originally 50 something.
Yeah, you know the original Summertime Blues.
Oh, yeah.
The Summertime Blues.
Okay, see. You're gonna mosh, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you've got to get. Wait, make sure the camera's working.
Here, you want to sing to it?
Oh no, I can't sing this guy.
No, wait, guys, we're not ready yet. Hold on. I'm gonna pause it for a minute. Hold on. Pausing it. Now this is the first. This is what you're claiming to be the first metal song, right? Hey, you guys are good. It's recorded. Okay, now are you going to move something so you don't break anything? Let me pull up the large monitor.
Just Kevin, just bang your head against the fucking wall non-stop till the song's over with the mic.
All right, I'm going to blow this up so you can see yourself at least. I'm going to move this up. All right, see yourself?
How to rock out.
How to rock out. Okay, no, wait, we're going to do how. Okay, let me show you. How to rock out. Let me pull this back. Okay, this is how to rock out.
Yes. And if you want anything else brutal from the 60s after this, I would recommend Good Good Lovin' by Vanilla Fudge.
Not to be confused with Vanilla Ice.
No, Vanilla Fudge, the 60s.
Ice, ice, baby.
Boom, 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 boom.
I was treating Rob to some Kanye West on the way home, huh?
Oh, y'all didn't mind the upload, but that Kanye killed me.
Oh, I had the windows up. I was sitting on my bed. You're You guys ready? I'm going to put the music on now. Here we go.
First metal band.
This is the first metal? Okay. I dread this.
Had to start somewhere.
Yep.
Okay, what are you going to do?
Summertime bliss.
March! Come on, march with me! Oh, I was sick!
Kevin can't mosh me without picking me up. Alright. That's metal?
It wasn't called metal until today.
It was right around this time.
That was supposed to be the first metal. That's metal. It's a cover song. It's the first metal song. The first metal band played a cover.
Well, that whole album.
Metal. That's so not metal.
That whole album is, again, Vince Disruptum. People call that probably the first metal record.
That was the hardest band back then.
Well, yeah, hardest band back then. I mean, everything hardest band back then.
It ain't being called metal until today.
Well, the way the term started, there's that book by the fellow who wrote Naked Lunch. I forget his name. It was there's a book, The Ticket That Exploded. The fellow who wrote Naked Lunch. What was his name?
Not the same guy who wrote Logical Experiment.
I know it ain't coming to me now.
You know what? I don't know.
Sam Dunn exposed that too. Sam Dunn, Headbanger's Journey.
Yeah.
And
well, I read about this back in. I read about this back when I was in middle school and everything. There was a book called The Ticket That Exploded, written by the same fellow. Yeah, where it was a book that was big with hippies. It didn't make any sense.
Hippies and metal don't mix.
Well, yeah. Well, this is when it all started. But anyway, in that book,
finally, someone said it.
What?
But yeah, but it started.
Hippies and metal don't mix.
So true.
But Black Sabbath were hippies. So anyway.
No, they were not hippies.
They were stoners.
Mm-hmm. They branched from that. But anyway, it all started. It was a counterculture novel called The Ticket That Exploded, and it has a lot of references to heavy metal. They keep on talking about heavy metal. They keep on saying heavy metal. But the book, like Naked Lunch, does not make any sense. There are a bunch of random references to heavy metal throughout the novel. God only knows what it means. Mid to late 60s.
Okay.
There are a lot of terms that a lot of times when people say the words heavy metal, they call one guy the heavy metal kid. There's a part where like aliens are trying to invade the earth. This is, you must all conform to our heavy metal ways.
See, you know what? It's so weird because
it's so
heavy
appropriate.
Metal's always been something that's been like almost like a brainwashing. Like you've been brainwashed, you're a heavier metalhead. Did you know that in Sweden, if you are over 40 and you're a metalhead, you're considered mentally disabled and you could be in the public bankroll.
I heard that somewhere.
That's why when I was working with Dirty Rig, we were all Buckshot said we're all moving to Sweden because it's considered to be a mental deficiency to be a metalhead.
Well, metal's so big over in there, they must have a lot of people benefiting.
To be I guess challenged and that you can actually function. Fall for what would be disability in this country.
I know. I heard about a guy in Sweden who was completely obsessed with heavy metal to the point where he was missing work and he got to meet up with his lawyer and they actually got to parlay it into a disability. Thing is, I don't think his situation would classify for everybody, and I'm really glad it doesn't.
This was an article that came back. This was back in 2005, 2006. when I first heard about this, and it was actually, there was a diagnosis code or something, I don't know.
Wait a minute, well, going back to this, because maybe I could fall into that now.
Just a buckshot. Actually, why don't you clarify this if you ever watched
it? Yeah, well, going back to the term metal, for it starting out. But not long after that book came out, Born to Be Wild by Steppenwolf came out.
Yeah.
And that's and that verse, I like smoking lightning, heavy metal thunder. And that was one of the beginnings. And I think there's also a rock critic wrote about, watching Jimi Hendrix play his guitar live. He said it was like heavy metal falling from the sky. So it was all these. It's all these references. People started using that term as a category for music.
But it was also largely used with the sound of the guitar being used as what they called an axe back. That's what they started calling an axe. Like I don't know. It's just the sound of metal on a guitar that it became metal at some point.
Well,
it went from guitar to metal.
If that's the case, call me fucking retarded.
SpongeBob. SpongeBob has an episode.
Of Pantera.
Where they become a metal band, and that is the metal sound. Pantera. It also with Dot the Eye when I play them for you. You know, at the beginning of that song, the one slow song, it's like the way it comes up. That metal sound is almost like that. That's what they're talking about. It's when acoustic guitar you plug it in, it becomes like. It's no longer just an instrument, it becomes like it's a metal. It becomes like it's a metal.
An acoustic guitar.
Well, you know, acoustic and then electric guitar.
Clean tone to distorted tone, basically.
I don't know. It went from being musical to more metal.
Right. But anyway, this term started way back then, in the 60s, and Blue Cheer would have been one of the first bands to get thrown under that category.
I can't believe I never heard of Blue Cheer.
So, I heard about them again back in '92 is when I first heard of Blue Cheer. And they had a hit record in '68, so... But, yeah, so that's really... They're probably one of the first bands to be, like, legitimately categorized heavy metal, even though the term didn't take off for a while.
Deep Purple, was that heavy metal?
Yeah, Deep Purple.
In that category.
I was thinking Deep Purple as being totally metal.
Yeah, but Deep Purple came a little bit after Blue Cheer, remember?
I mean, shit, Dio sang with Deep Purple.
Almost, you know...
When did he sing with Deep Purple?
Dio was in Deep Purple for a little bit.
He did Rainbow with Richie Blackmore.
He was in Deep Purple too.
Totally metal.
What was he in Deep Purple?
I don't recall what album, but he was in Deep Purple for a little bit too.
Yes, he was in Deep Purple. You bet he was in Deep Purple.
Yeah.
Dio, we're talking about Dio.
Yeah, Dio.
When
was in Deep Purple.
When? I never heard about that.
He was in Deep Purple.
I don't remember.
Wait a minute. It was before. Dio was in Deep Purple very briefly. It was before.
Yeah,
Rainbow.
it was brief.
It was before Rainbow, I think. It was before Richie Blackmore. Was it? I don't know. Richie Blackmore took.
Dio was in Elf. Elf toured with Deep Purple.
Dio was in Deep Purple.
Dio was in Deep Purple.
He was in Deep Purple.
Briefly, like you said, briefly.
Very briefly.
But yes, he was in
Rainbow.
He was in Deep Purple.
From what I heard was Dio was in Elf. Elf toured with Deep Purple, and then Richie Blackmore.
Deep Purple.
Listen to me. Then Richie Blackmore decided to branch off from Deep Purple and form Rainbow, and then he hired Elf. He hired everyone from Elf and fired the guitars.
I thought that Dio was briefly with
He was.
He never recorded with them.
I don't know if he ever did, but I remember him being with Deep Purple for some reason.
He toured with. He played live with them. He filled in vocals for.
Ian Gillan, David Coverdale,
Richie Blackmore.
David Coverdale. I think he filled in for Coverdale.
He filled in
because Coverdale was doing Whitesnake and shit then.
Coverdale is like the most scary looking person I've ever seen. Okay, wait. All right, we're gonna investigate this further. Okay, let's switch gears.
Yeah, we gotta find this out. I don't think that Dio was ever in Deep Purple.
Okay, I'm gonna go be your metal paralegal while you guys discuss. I want to hear some. This is what we're gonna do. I want to break for 1 minute just to give a segment break, and then I want Rob to give KMX a death metal singing lesson.
Okay.
Are you ready? Okay, we're gonna break to.
You break your
Okay, we're gonna break to a video of, and I was gonna do classic Anvil Bitch, but I'm tired of it. But not tired. You can't get tired of Anvil Bitch. For God, go somebody shoot me.
We played that clip.
Oh, I want to play Revocation because this is new metal. Since we're talking so much about old metal, here we go. These kids are nuts. Remember I said they sound like Revocation? This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I've seen.
Revocation's pretty good.
I've seen them a few times.
There we go.
I saw them in Mojo 13.
Clip, and they're with Relapse Records. Why we consider them to be kind of local because Relapse is local label, so that's where we get away with this.
Well,
you guys got 3 minutes, and then okay.
I grew up listening to Relapse bands and still do. Suffocation, start out Relapse.
Yeah, they just toured with Suffocation.
I have a bunch of friends who work at Relapse and who have worked.
You worked at Relapse?
I never worked at Relapse.
I
interned at Nuclear Blast when they were in Philly.
Yeah. Well, they were in Millersville before they went to. Where are they now?
Now they merged with Century Media and moved to California.
That's right. And well, I lived in Lancaster County, and they were in Millersville, Lancaster County.
Yeah.
When I lived out there, they'd get my paycheck every week. It was only through mail orders.
Yeah, yeah.
When you order
Okay, we gotta
something.
get you away. Hold on.
But they got my paycheck every week. If I had a paycheck, it went to fucking music.
Yeah.
Or weed.
Yeah. I think like Nuclear Blast America was basically like it was sort of, just like a smaller extension of what they have in Germany. Like it was basically a way so people would be able to buy their albums without going on to imports. And I think what hurt it was people would end up just buying the albums on import anyway to get them earlier. I think that might have had something to do with it. I mean, they're still around, but they had to do that merger. And they did that merger right after my internship.
Song. I love him.
We got to do this Dio research.
Well, I'm gonna do it.
You know, I do know he sang for him as far as
I know he did. I know he did for Black People. I know he did.
My parents seen him live.
I know he did with Black Sabbath. I know he did with Deep Purple. I know he did. I know he did.
You know, a lot of people were trying to get him to front their band.
I was in Black Sabbath too. Where is that on other corners? No, I'm not using regular mic. Yeah.
What are you looking for?
I'm just getting so it's too much singing. It's just singing less than fun and shit. Oh God.
Yeah, because when Dio formed Rainbow, Ian Gillan would have still, or wait, was Ian Gillan still? I think they had Coverdale by that point. Now I don't remember. I forget who they had.
Yeah, before he came in the last out, Ian only did one Sabbath album, right? The Headless Cross.
No, but Born Again.
That's
he
right.
did Born Again.
Yeah.
But
you know who would know the answer to this? Jay Beeler. Because he is the biggest Dio nut in the world. So I'm going to give him a call. We're getting him on the phone.
You know what? I do know he sang for Deep Purple, but as far as cutting an album
I don't think he cut an album.
No, he didn't. I know he didn't cut an album with them.
I know he did.
Yes, he did. My parents seen him.
I know he did.
With Dio. I do know that. And I've seen
video.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah. I did not know that he even toured with them. So
we're going to call TV Metal. I'm going to call him as soon as I figure out which line this is here.
Can I just do a quick internet search? I can find this out now.
Jay will tell you.
Yeah, but we're still going to call TV Metal again to test him.
Oh, he's going to have you on that phone all night.
I know he will. I know that forever. Yeah, I've seen you guys here last time your lesson.
In fact, Athena, when you talk, are you calling him?
No, I'm not calling him in a second.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you do, I met his buddy last night who wants to be my bassist. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Woo! Still up way high.
Hello, so up high. Just fuck down. Here we go. Let's track number 4. And down we go. There we go. Better. Try the other way. Now do the chorus. Make sure that's at the same level as this one. Are we switching back over to the BD switch and my transition go? Are you guys back on live? Is live picture back on?
Yeah.
See the monitor. Oh, motherfucker. I switch that over. Anyway, studio. I have to do the transition. Sit down, Rob. Have a seat. You boy. I feel like I'm back in the classroom again. Oh, God.
Is this taping over here?
Yeah, that was taping, but that's got plenty of memory. How come this didn't transition over? What's wrong with this thing? Your computer right there works. Why is this not switching back?
I was having a lot of trouble trying to man the mouse. Like it won't.
Yeah. Oh, great. You switched on it. Fuck. Excuse me. Get in here.
Yeah.
Use that computer. They're all the time. Oh, man. We just lost our feed.
Well, this thing here just
now we got fucking, now we got freaking, this is a freaking 3-legged fox. That's what I let you get. I know there's so much of heart can stand. Now we're gonna restart our recording.
Looks like he may have taken the stations out like
no, I thought he was with them. Like,
no, and you can look him up on Wikipedia.
my mouth off like
I mean, I just look at the Wikipedia right there, and it said that he recruited Dio straight from Elf, but he recruited Blackmore recruited everyone from Elf to form Rainbow.
Oopsie, we're reverbing. We're back.
Reverb, okay.
I still think he was with them. Why do I think that?
He wasn't.
I still think he was.
We were having a metal nerd argument as to whether or not Dio ever had a brief stint in Deep Purple. We're only talking about one tour or one album.
He toured with them.
I don't.
He filled in vocals.
It's hard to ban.
Who was the other guy? Joe Lynn Turner. Wait a minute.
That's Rainbow. Joe Lynn Turner was in Rainbow. That was Graham Bonnet.
I can't get this to turn off.
Technical difficulties.
As usual. Wait,
Reverb Nation.
It's totally metal.
retardation. That's what I'm.
Automatic Echo.
Stop it.
We're the
Stop
Beastie
talking.
Boys.
Stop talking and sit down. Stop talking. I'm just gonna go down and mute the whole computer now. Take that microphone, that's what's making noise. Take that microphone. Take the microphone. Oh my god. Somebody help me.
Well, this thing here fell off.
That one doesn't matter, it's not hooked up. Oh, you just gotta love our fucking. This mouse is like backwards too now. Kevin, what did you do to this computer? Take this microphone from me, please. Thank you. Just get away from the computer. That's why I said switch. Oh my god, we just totally, here we go.
Oh my god.
Thank god, like, oh my god, we're gonna go to we're gonna go to the naked interview clip while I fix this.
Yeah.
There is no naked, we're gonna go to the G-string clip. Oh my god, I'm gonna scream. Where is this coming from? This isn't on. It won't queue! It won't queue! I can't get the thing to adjust. I'm like a fucking moron. I am a moron.
Millions of people watching right now.
Again. I am a moron. I am a moron. You are witnessing the moron show. You're witnessing the metal retard show. And it's reverberating too, just like Retard Nation. Oh, here we go. Now I'm queuing. I'm queued. I'm freaking switching over to the G-string clip. Here we go, G-strings. Thank God. My God.
In the middle of fucking nowhere. It's dark. It goes so hard. It's like ghost town. And apparently this is what they call Echo Studios. And I have found my guys here. It says Power Fury. Hello?
Look how good Dave looked. Look how good he looked. Can you believe it's the same fucking guy? Santini. Oh, that's when Jay was with Dave's gonna model.
He was saying the Rocky Glover conducted his concept out of the butterfly model.
Yeah, we've driven Camex, that's you know that. Alright, you ready for your singing lesson?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for the sim.
Let me think what song it was. I was gonna say maybe.
We're going to give you notes. This is a lesson, so you got to give it different kinds of like ways of making noises, and then.
I'm straight go that way. I don't go. It's all.
In '74, Dio sang on a Roger Glover album that had some other Deep Purple people in it. I think when they toured, they did Deep Purple songs.
Okay, you guys are there Friday night. Zero Bar Girl, Power Fury, and.
Okay. Okay, we've now officially driven Camex crazy. You had to get the answer to that Dio question. So what's the answer? Was Dio with Black? Was he with Deep Purple?
He was never with Deep Purple.
I still think he was.
I'm looking at his Wikipedia page right now. He did tour
Something tells me he was too.
with Roger Glover on something that included a bunch of other Deep Purple members. But no, his closest connection to there was he was in Rainbow, which had Richie Blackmore from Deep Purple. That is his Deep Purple connection.
Still thought that Dio sang for Deep Purple at some point.
Deep Purple, I think, it only had 2 singers. I think or no, sorry, 3 singers. I forget the very first guy they had, the guy who did Hush. But then it's just, that's Ian Gillan and David Coverdale. They've only had 3 official singers. I don't think they've ever had anyone else.
Jolyn Turner did not
Joe Lynn Turner was Rainbow. He replaced Dio in Rainbow. Glenn Hughes.
Did Rainbow and Deep Purple mixed up or something?
Deep Purple,
No.
Richie Blackmore's solo
Rainbow,
band.
yeah, that's his band. Rainbow.
And Elf was.
Elf was just.
Elf was
Dumb
Dio's old band. It's a blues rock band that Dio fronted. They toured with Deep Purple. So Richie Blackmore said, "Hey, I want to do my own band. Why don't all you guys join me except for
When did Dio sing with
you
Black
guitarists?"
Sabbath?
Right after a stint with
He
Rainbow.
did sing with Black Sabbath.
Yeah, Heaven and Hell and Mob
Oh my
Rules.
God, I was
yeah.
gonna say I thought that's my
Oh,
mind.
he sang more though. He was on.
He was in more. He was more Black.
Yeah. But he did those 2
Albums
records. Then he
was
came back in the '90s, and he came back recently before he died.
Now wait a minute. Okay, now the Firm, Jimmy Page, and who were the other 2 guys? One of the guys were Black Sabbath. I mean, Deep Purple. Jimmy
The
Page,
firm had Jimmy Page, had Paul Rogers,
Paul Rogers. Okay, thank
and
you.
I forget who was in the rest of the band. The firm,
There's only 3
fucking
guys.
horrible. No, it was 4 guys. It was
I
a 4
saw them live. I thought they were pretty good. I saw them with the Robert Plant tour, actually. I think Principal Moments tour.
But they toured with Robert Plant?
Principal and Moments tour, I believe so.
Oh, okay.
Or no, I know they toured with the Living Color. The Firm did. The Firm did the Living Color one time. Didn't they?
I think the firm was broken up by the time Living Color came out.
What's this with Damn Yankees? I can't remember.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
totally dating myself now. I saw Damn Yankees at Stabler Arena. Freaking
Ted Nugent.
Ted Nugent. Yo, Free For All almost got me fired.
The Great White
The
Buffalo.
best story about me driving down 76, I was thinking it's Free For All, and I looked at somebody and he goes, "Suck it." And I looked at her, I must have looked at some woman when I said it, and she thought I told her, "Fuck it." She called the label company, and I said, she called the company outside of my truck and told them that I told her. She saw me driving down the highway with my shirt off, screaming at the top of my lungs and told her to fuck herself when she looked at me. I was like, no, I was screaming freaking, I was singing Free For All to Ted Nugent at the volume up all the way, and I sneezed and I freaking had to blow my nose. I took my jacket off, blew my nose, it's right around my bra. It's terrible. Yeah, I said, yeah, I did do that. Yes, I did do that. Yes, I did do that. Yes, sir, I did do that. No, I did not tell the woman to go fuck herself. That was the only thing that I did not do. But yes, I was doing those other things.
Wow.
She's like, I used to have respect for Athena, but this is like too much. She said, I witnessed her take off her clothing while she was driving, and then when she saw I watched her, she told me to fuck myself. I'm like, I remember thinking, okay, we're going, suck it.
Wait, she said she used to have respect for you?
She said, yeah, she said I ran her off the road.
Did she know you?
No, it was during the Get Go Green campaign with Grind City, where anytime they saw my truck, they used somebody yell Go Green. I had to pull over and give them a Grind City CD because they did the Eagles thing song that year, and I worked for Grind City. It was just like everybody knew who it was because that. Okay, we're back to show now. We're gonna switch the cameras back to the corner. Okay, I feel like I used to teach elementary school. And one time I taught kindergarten for like these really troubled kids in Lansing, Michigan, and I feel like I'm back in the class. I need to tell you quickly. I sit down. Is it time for your meds?
No, it's time for us to settle a matter of obscure metal trivia.
Okay, obscure metal trivia time. We're switching back camera, and you guys are. We're back live with Camex and Rob. We gotta come up with a nickname for Rob. We got Metal Brain Man on the
Well, he's got a death metal vocal lesson coming right up.
Yeah, we're gonna give you a
You
death
know
metal
my
vocal-
nickname, sweetie?
What?
Death Metal Rob.
Death Metal Rob.
And now I want to hear how you do it, and basically how you keep the endurance level.
I want
up,
to go switch to hard camera. I gotta get the HD camera.
Well, like I said, my love
Okay, wait.
of death metal is from